Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the world of the International Fab Talks. Hello, sir, and welcome to the session. Thank you so much for being a part of our journey.
Thank you. Welcome.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. I go ahead and share your profile and we begin the session.
Please go ahead. Please go ahead.
Thank you, sir. So, dear friends, as I do this regularly on the International Fab Talks, I share the profiles of all our celebrity guests. And today it is the time to share the celebrity guest profile today. And he is none other than Mr. B. Balachander. As I earlier mentioned, let me add more to his profile. For the present, he is the CEO of Pharmascon. If I could put that right, he is the CEO of Pharmascon. He is a freelance pharma and surgical marketing consultant and the CEO of Pharmascon. Let us go deep into his profile and understand who is Mr. B. Balachander. So, dear friends, Mr. B. Balachander has completed his B Pharmacy. He's also completed his MBA, that is his Master's in Business Administration. He is a native of Pondicherry, as I earlier mentioned, very ambitious and very adventurous. Now, if you want to know why he was adventurous, or some of the examples I could give you is one example during his educational days, or maybe during his educational pursuit as a youngster, he was very much not only attached to studies, but also to extracurricular activities. And hence, he was very much engrossed with NCC. And he has many feats to his credit, like best in rifle shooting, best in bayonet fighting, best in archery. He also secured the senior under officer rank, as well as the parade commander, etc. That's a beautiful achievement. It's not one single achievement. There are so many feathers to his cap as a youngster. Apart from being adventurous, he's also very ambitious. And he's been able to fulfill his dream. He had this wonderful vision when he was a youngster in school to become a medical representative. Now, I'd love to know why he had this vision as a youngster. That we'll get to know in the course of the discussion. As a youngster, he had this vision of becoming a medical rep, and he's really succeeded in that. As a very ambitious person, he took up B Pharmacy as a course in Madurai Medical College and successfully completed it. His dream came true when he became a medical representative in Cadila Laboratories in Madurai. His meticulous performance and excellence is clearly evident in his interaction, conversation, and dealing with doctors. That's the demand of his job. He became the first area manager of the newly carved Trichy division in Cadila itself. Thereby, he set a record in the industry for the fastest promotion. That's nice. It's so good to hear that. He was adjudged as the best area manager of South for performance and for systems and control. From then on, he climbed up the ladder of success, and he went on to become the regional manager, CEO marketing, marketing manager, and landed as the director marketing in Universal Biomedics, a company known for importing and promoting surgical products, pharma products, etc. with regard to marketing. So let me add that in the right way. He went on to become the director marketing in Universal Biomedics, a company well known for importing and promoting super specialty surgical and medical devices. Mr. Balachander is exposed to both pharma and surgical products with regard to marketing. Simultaneously, he became the MD of TriStar Formulations, a pharma manufacturing unit, which he promoted alongside his foster brother and two friends. He has thoroughly enjoyed this beautiful journey being in the pharmaceutical industry and has enriched the path of others as well. That's really nice. He is well known in Tamil Nadu in this field. You may ask me what it is. Visual aid presentation and preparation, literature preparation, training sessions, development programs. He has given guest lectures in various pharmacy colleges and marketing consultations to various companies. He is a sought-after person or a professional in his field. He has developed successful formula for the medical representatives. If I could put it right, he has developed a successful formula for medical representatives. And as I earlier mentioned, he is a freelance pharma and surgical marketing consultant as the CEO of Pharmascon. So that's really nice to be very active. No matter how many decades you put into the industry, you still want to go strong. You still want to contribute to your field. That really makes you divine, in my view. When you want to do more and more for the coming generations, or you want to give back in a beautiful way to the society till the last breath. Is it not beautiful, my dear friends? I think here we can take a lot of inspiration from this particular guest. He is also the coordinator of Deed for Need, and that's really nice, a social service movement. That's really great. And at the same time, he is a wonderful organizer, very much passionate about smart spoken English sessions. You could really connect with Sir for the various roles he plays in his life. If you'd love to connect with him with regard to the pharmaceutical industry, for English, or for any social service with regard to Deed for Need, you could get connected with our celebrity guest. Let's enjoy the session today and get to know how did he spend 4 decades on the professional front and still going strong. How would you like to define yourself today for all of us? That is in this new year, that is Jan 2025. How would you define yourself?
Thank you so much for the sound and warm intro. At this juncture, I would like to thank my intimate Mr. Rao Ravi and my friend Anandu for this. Thanks for the platform.
Of us would love to know, why did you enter into the pharmaceutical industry? What attracted you so much that you wanted to become a medical rep at a very young age? Over to you, sir.
Well, as you said, I am native of Pondicherry, son of late Mr. S. Balasubramanian, who was a chief compounder of Pondicherry Government Hospital under the Indo-French rule. I was very playful, mischievous, and irresponsible in my student days. We are from a upper middle class family, but affluent enough to enjoy everything. In the 8th standard, I failed. There I had a transformation in me. From then onwards, I was in pursuit of excellence and I was running after performance. I had responsibility only at that time. When I started making a self-analysis, I understood that English was a barrier. Though it was a matriculation school, we didn't have command over language. The medium of education was in Tamil and the spoken language was Tamil, so we could not conquer. Not only me, many of my classmates were like that, with few exceptions. So I thought I should first try to better myself in the language so that I can comprehend the other subjects in a better way. I fought really tooth and nail for that. Of course, succeeded to a certain extent up to my satisfaction. Here I should thank few people. One is late Mr. Henry Muthappa, who was my mentor and tuition master, who was instrumental for my language. Another person is my classmate, engineer Narasimha Murthy, who has influenced me a lot. Another classmate and class topper, Mr. Shekhar Sambat Kumar, he was also influencing me. These few people have really made a positive effect on me. And to be precise to this question, one is flair for language. Another one is, I had a fascination towards adventure. I don't know how I got it. Probably I could have got imbibed as a genetical character. One of my forefathers was a main bodyguard of Pondicherry governor, I was told. My grandfather was a policeman. My foster father was an army officer. Maybe because of all that, I developed an interest towards the uniform service. So I wanted to go. Right royally, I would have joined had my foster father registered officially in all the records, but they didn't do it because they didn't welcome that idea. I complied with them. Then I thought, what could be next adventurous way? I wanted my career to be dynamic, not static or monotonous. In my analysis, I understood sales was adventurous. Then I made a micro-analysis. Sales in the sense, there are salesmen and medical representative. There is a great difference between both of them. Though they sail in the same boat, the customer base varies. For a salesman, he has a heterogeneous customer base where the customer could be literate, illiterate, cultured, uncultured, etc. Whereas for a medical representative, the customer base is minimum a doctor. So the quality of the customer base is good. I thought I should go into medical website because it has got adventure. Added to that, the English is there. So whenever we saw a medical representative who presents himself pleasantly, well dressed, tucked in, with tie, shoes, speaking English, all developed a fascination. Already I had a flair for English, and added to this adventure, I thought medical rep is ideal. Besides that, uh, in my family, my father was a compounder. My sister was a nurse tutor. So already two people were in the paramedical field. So everything went together. I thought I should become. I was really fascinated. In the 10th standard itself, I decided that I should become a medical rep. I can quote one incident. Once in a vacation, when I was returning back from the market, I met two of my classmates who were calling me to a spot where shooting was going on. The actors and actresses from Chennai have come to Pondicherry, and shooting was going on near the house of one of our classmates. So the access was very easy for us to go. So my friends told all that and requested to come. I said, no, I have work. I told them that I would join with them better. Why? Because, I was just following one of the medical representatives. He seemed to be a real hero to me than the celluloid heroes. That was the fascination I had towards it. Then I thought, academic side, what could be the best degree or subject that I could choose to be nearer to the medical representative profession? I thought BSc chemistry, zoology, botany, etc. But the more nearer is B pharmacy itself. At that time, in the state of Pondicherry, there was no pharmacy college. There was a rule at that time. If a state does not have a course, the adjoining state has to allocate seat. So Pondicherrians were enjoying one seat every year in B pharmacy. On that particular year, in 1975, I got that allotment. So I joined in Madurai Medical College and continued my education. Out of the 25 and so students joined, probably I would have been the only one, joined there with the dream of becoming a medical rep. I was an odd man out there. From there, I started my journey. This is how I became a medical representative.
Excellent, sir. I really love the journey that you've shared, and you made me even, imagine the way you shared all of that. Like some shooting was going on, and you were not interested in the shooting. You were interested in a real hero. That's really nice the way you put that. I really like it. You also explained about the different kind of sales. Yes.
Yes, obviously.
Yeah, I really like that. I didn't have that much of knowledge or insight into it earlier, but now you've made a very clear picture. You've shared that, so that's really nice. You also mentioned a flair for the language also drew you to this field. That's really nice. Thank you so much for sharing all of that. Now today you are the CEO of Pharmascon. How does that feel? So how would you like to describe your journey as the CEO of Pharmascon? We would love to know that, and then go ahead with the remaining questions.
Yeah, there's actually from medical representative, I became area manager. As you said, I set a record in the industry for the fastest promotion for medical rep to area manager. I was the first area manager of the newly started 4th division of Kedila Laboratories in Tamil Nadu, that is called Trichy Division. I was the first area manager for that. From there, I started my managerial career. As you explained, finally I landed with Universal Biomedics, and from there got voluntary retirement and started Pharmascon. In the course of my journey, I have really developed a very good interest towards product management. See, in the sales field, if you take into marketing is most important thing. And in the marketing, the core of marketing is PMT, that is product management team. I developed an interest towards that. So I started doing PMT in an amateurish way, even while I was working for other company with the permission of the company owners. Post voluntary retirement, I full-fledgedly started doing it. That's why I have named it as Pharmascon, that is Pharma Surgical Consultation for marketing pharma product and surgical product. Before joining Universal Biomedics, I was fully soaked into pharma products only. I have enjoyed all the spheres of pharma industry. I started a medical shop and ran. I started a wholesaler dealership and ran for it. And I started own manufacturing company by name TriStar Formulations in Pondicherry, in association with my foster brother Asay Thambi and two more partners like Mr. Ravinder and Mr. Sambat Kumar. So I have seen all the spheres of pharma industry. That's how I started this consultation. And even before that, I used to prepare a lot of visual aids for many pharma companies in Tamil Nadu and Andhra also for some. I have conducted training and development programs for various companies. I have given lectures to pharmacy colleges. I feel good in uplifting and bringing in a sort of development among the youngsters regarding the pharma career. And those young entrepreneurs, I am here to help them. That's how it was started.
That's really nice. You would like to share your experiences and knowledge with the younger generation to empower them in the right way. That's really nice. Now, sir, if there is any student who's pursuing his school, maybe he's in the 8th, 9th, and 10th, or maybe in his college level also, you can say that, and he would love to enter into the field of becoming a pharmaceutical, a professional in the pharmaceutical zone, like starting off as a medical rep. What is the message or the suggestion you would give them if they would like to become just like you? Because the way you're expressing yourself, and you've expressed it earlier as to why you entered into the field, and today, as you're connected now with Pharmascon, being the CEO and consultant, connected with marketing, etc. If a youngster views this and he would love to become like you, and he would want to have, the best suggestion that you could give.
I really love this question because it is a really meaningful question for the youngsters. Recently, I have given a speech in the Interglobal Pharmacy Day celebration. That time also, I mentioned this. See, if you closely watch, hardly there are people who really love and join B Pharmacy, right? You cannot see. People long to join MBBS. When they don't get MBBS, they keep this as an alternative. This is what in 99% of the cases. There are very rare occasions where people wantingly, with full willingness, joining B Pharm. It is all accidental choice. So what I say, either you should love and get married, or you should marry and love. So even by default or accident, if you have chosen B Pharm, you should start loving it. it is definitely an excellent career scope filled area, because you can become an entrepreneur in the future, right? That is why it is called a professional course. Normally, the definition of your professional course is that you can become a self-employed by yourself. You can become an entrepreneur in the course of time. You need not be employee always. You can also become an employer. So if you have chosen that, please focus your attention on that and try to extract the best and exert the full effort. That is my suggestion.
That's really great, sir. That's really nice. Thank you for having the patience to share that so nicely with lots of clarity. Thank you very much. Now, if someone want to connect with you with regard to the consultancy services connected with marketing, and they want to just be connected with you with regard to the work you do connected to Pharmascon. So what is it that they should look out if they would like to collaborate, network with you, or seek some type of services from you with regard to Pharmascon? How should they go about it? Who are welcome to connect and to collaborate with you? If I could know that, get a clarity about it.
See, with regard to manufacturing the product, quality control of the product, quality assurance of the product, I know nothing. But when it comes to marketing and sales, strategy and product management, they can confidently approach me. I am not after money at all. I am for service. So one need not hesitate considering the commerce into it. They can comfortably contact me. I could really help them. I have helped many. Many people have come up successfully also. If they want to know the inputs regarding sales, marketing, product selection, product pruning, right? Product analysis, product pricing, product scheming, all that can be done, both in surgical and pharma products.
Yes, that's really nice. Thank you for sharing that with us. It's an eye-opener for many of us, because I am nil on that. You've shared that and you've opened my eyes as well. And I'm sure the youngsters out there will definitely be able to understand what you've shared. And if they would love to connect with you, we really welcome them to connect and bond with you for the right reasons. As you earlier mentioned, you'd love to support the deserving and the needy.
Yeah,
right?
sure.
Yes, that's really nice. So of course, everyone should be able to understand what they want in life. And once you understand what you want in life, you become a success and you meet the right kind of mentors in your life. And I'm sure you're a great mentor, sir, to many of the people around you, especially the youngsters. Now, sir, you mentioned about entrepreneurial journey, right? For me, when I think of myself as an entrepreneur, the first stress that comes to my mind is sales and marketing.
Yeah.
I speak from my personal experience. That's the toughest job. And I really wonder how it is easy for you, because everyone feels that sales and marketing is one of the toughest jobs to do. And you have a smile on your face. You beam with pride when you say that I love being where I am. I love doing what I am doing that is connected to sales and marketing. So if you can just give us a clear picture as to what is the sales and marketing, how a commoner could also start loving and taking up a job with regard to sales and marketing, either in the pharmaceutical industry or elsewhere as well.
Of course, as you said, the sales and marketing is quite challenging. I don't mean to say other areas are not challenging. This is more challenging. And this gives the finishing area. Unless the product is properly marketed and sold, there is no revenue for the company. The rest of the activities of the companies will become a standstill. The revenue generation area is sales and marketing. So people who volunteer themselves or who come into sales and marketing will definitely have a flair for it. And once they started loving it or focusing it, they will get ways and means to develop themselves. Many medical representatives, as I told you, people hardly choose B pharmacy as their course. Their first choice is MBBS. When they don't get it, they make this as an alternative. Likewise, many of the youngsters we have seen, They don't choose medical representative career as a real career for them. They try for various jobs. When they don't get any other job, if they have any of the medical representatives known around them, through them, they enter into some of the companies, mainly for livelihood, with no fascination, no passion, no flair for it. They join. Such people don't sustain in the industry. They are not able to cope up with. They try to do something, they could not able to complete the target. The performance is not up to the expectation of the management. So they were given ultimatum and they go out. And what they do, they join in some other company. Like that, they join about 2-3 companies. From then onwards, they totally come out. But people who really love and join, they have a tremendous scope. It is really lively. So every day when you face a challenge, when you overcome the challenge, you feel a great, relief, great joy. I can tell one simple example. In one area, I don't want to name. In one area, when I was camping along with my colleague, at the time when I was an area manager, we were campaigning for the sales of one particular product. The name of the product is Oriprime. So in the campaign period, in 30 days time, we have to sell so many boxes and achieve so much of sales. In that area, when I was working with my colleague, I was assisting him because among all the 6 colleagues of mine, he was little weakling. So I was backing him. So I went to the medical shop and asked the medical shop owner, who is well known to me, I asked the order for that product. He said, sir, I cannot give order for that particular product. So when I asked him whether he is not getting prescription for such products, he said he gets enormous prescription for such products. But he said he cannot give the order to me. Why? Because the doctor was writing some other product and only that product. And I understood that the doctor's own blood brother was a medical representative of that company. So the doctor was writing that product, obviously. I told my colleague, why not we make an attempt on? He said, sir, it is not a good idea. Why should we waste time, compliment everything? I said, come, let us try. Because I could not move out of that place. When I understood that she is writing to the tune of 2 to 3 boxes per day, there is every chance that the entire target could be completed with the help of that one doctor. But we know pretty well she cannot write because her own brother was a medical representative. He has that product. But still, I said that we could make an attempt. So I told my colleague, don't go in the conventional way as we speak in the normal way. Don't take the folder, don't give the sample and all, let us see. Then we went inside. The doctor is tight-lipped, quite reserving type too. And I paid my greetings and salutations. And I told her point blank that this man has newly joined in the company. He is yet to get confirmed. There is a campaign going on. If he completes it, there will be an appraisal for him. This many doctor cannot understand, doctor, but you can understand. Why? Because your brother is a medical representative. You can understand the difficulties of life of a medical representative, that how difficult for him to get confirmed. So my only request and appeal is that adopt him as your brother only for 30 days. Rest of the life, let your brother be brother. He will not come in. Somehow it worked. The doctor smiled and she really helped us. So after this achievement, you just imagine what an amount of pleasure and satisfaction one gets, such things are possible in sales. Many such incidents can be quoted by me and many other people like me also. This is just one incident I quoted. So they should develop an interest once they study B.Pharm. If they have interest to come into sales, they can come. There's a lot of scope for it. Once they should not come by, with full interest, they should come. They should not accidentally come into it. With full interest, they come. There is a tremendous scope. Most of the entrepreneurs are from the sales side only, not from the other spheres of pharma industry.
Yes, sir. Thank you for sharing that beautiful anecdote as well. That's really nice. And that really made me feel good. You stood up for your colleague. You gave him the courage and the strength to carry ahead his journey. That's really nice. And of course, you braved up and went and spoke to that particular doctor who finally agreed to stand by this gentleman. That's really nice. Let's talk about the Trichy division. As an area manager, I would love to know any of the anecdotes that you would love to share with us today. How was that journey?
The one I told is from Trichy division only.
Wow.
When I was an area manager, only this has happened. More precisely, it has happened in Karur. And I had 6 colleagues, 6 medical representatives in my team. And out of that, 5 of them are already close to me. Already close to me. Some of them are senior to me. Some of them are my contemporaries. Only one person was junior. That person only had that problem. So I put more efforts in his area. And my entire team won the campaign. And we enjoyed the fruit for that also.
That's really nice. Sir, I'd like to ask you about the awards and the recognition that you got. You see, you've been credited with the Best Area Manager of South Zone for performance and for systems and control. So what is this and how did you achieve it? If you could share that journey, how was that feeling when you were recognized for the work that you were contributing to the organization?
Yes. When I was Trichy as an area manager, I was adjudged and got 2 awards. One is the Best Area Manager of the South. Another one is Best Area Manager for Systems and Control. If you closely watch and analyze, both are interlinked. If you are good at systems and control, automatically sales will come. Sales does not come by itself. Sales can come only if your systems and control are good. So I developed, that time there was no computer, nothing of that sort. I used to record everything. I really burnt my midnight oil for that. Here I have to mention, my wife also was very, very, very cooperative and helpful. At the time, we were newly married and we had no other tie-up before my son was born. So on every Sunday, almost, I used to sort out the bills, record them. My wife used to help me. That way I had an excellent record and I had good control over the source of sales and possibility of sales, understanding the market. Accordingly, I gave the sufficient input and my colleagues also were very cooperative and all like-minded people. With that, I was able to achieve and get both these awards.
That's great, sir. That's really nice. Thank you for sharing that. We'd love to know your journey with regard to deed for need. If I'm getting that right, what is this? It's something unique and special, and it's like something connected with social service, right? I'd love to know more about it, and I'm sure all our friends and well-wishers also would love to know more about this. Deed for need. Over to you, sir.
Correct. Actually, when I was working as a regional manager, at the time, when you read the newspaper, there will be a small advertisement in Tamil, Udavum Karangal. So when you read it, it was very touching. A lot of youngsters, old people, even children, infants, suffering from various diseases but could not get cured for want of money. So they appeal in the paper. That was expected to be a true advertisement because the publisher verifies the veracity of the case and only then they announce it. So when I saw that, I thought I should help them. So I used to send some 25 rupees at that time. That was the money I could afford to also. It was started like that. Then when I explained this to the nears and dears, I told you my foster brother, who was along with me in starting that company, Mr. Asai Tabbi, he contributed. Then my close friend, who was my roommate in medical college, Dr. Radhakrishnan, who is a pediatrician in USA now, he also contributed. Like that, few people started contributing. I increased the amount from 25 to 50. So I took the responsibility of seeing the paper, cut that advertisement, and prepare a check for 50 rupees in favor of them and post it to them. I was doing like that. In our house, my niece and nephews and some other relatives, my wife's cousin brother, my wife's sister's sons, most of them had a short stay in our house in their career development. And they stayed here either for higher education or seeking employment like that. They all have seen me doing it. Once they settled, now they are well settled. They are well settled in a very good position, every one of them. They started contributing. And the corpus for that has swelled. Then I started increasing the amount. Even today, we are giving 2,000 rupees per case. So far, we have given up to 4,80,000 rupees for nearly 380 plus beneficiaries. And some of my seniors like late Mr. Jairam and late Mr. Ravi, Mr. Rajaratnam, and all have contributed greatly. It is a joint effort by all.
Yes, that's really nice. Thank you for sharing all of that. That's really very impressive to even be, connected to the society, to be more compassionate and empathetic towards the sufferings of others. We stand united. That's really nice. And getting support from friends, relatives, and colleagues, that's also an added advantage. When they understand you're doing genuine work. I understand that, sir. You're very famous in Tamil Nadu. We've heard that you're very famous in Tamil Nadu with regard to visual aid preparation, literature preparation, training sessions, etc. So if you can enlighten us about this, what is this all about? If you can just take us into that journey.
So it's a very big word to say very famous in Tamil Nadu. It is not so. Of course, it is right in a way. Why? Because I am quite popular and known in the pharmacy industry, among the marketing personalities of the pharmaceutical field in Tamil Nadu. There are 8 crore people in Tamil Nadu. The crowd that I am talking about may be 80 in number. To these 80 people, I am quite popular. They are all young entrepreneurs running a very small pharmaceutical company. Bigger pharmaceutical companies will have a separate PMT department. These people cannot afford to have a PMT department, so they hire my knowledge. To them, I cater to their needs. That is where one of the main instruments is visual aid, a booklet with which a medical representative talks to the doctor. That is called visual aid. The name of the products are printed on it with the captions and indications that explains the name of the product, what all inside the product, the ingredients of the product, what the product is designed for, how the product helps, and a punchline for the doctors to remember the product. Because after all, the job of medical representative is concept selling. It is not they are carrying the medicine on their head and going in the street shouting medicine, medicine, medicine and selling. It is selling the concept of the product. Selling the concept of the product in the sense they have to register the product in the deep seat mind of the doctor. So the doctor without hesitation should write the name of the product. Along with the flow of ink, the name of the product should come on their prescription. Yes. Hope I answered.
Yes, 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 sir. Thank you very much for sharing that. Thank you. Thank you for
Smart.
inviting us on that. We love to know about the smart English programs. What is all this about? Smart English sessions. Over to you.
I told you earlier how English played its role in my life, right? English was a barrier, and I really fought tooth and nail. In the process of conquering it, I don't know whether I have conquered it or not. So I thought I should do something for the youngsters, right? And in my analysis, I understood there are a lot of unwanted elements in English. Lot of unwanted elements. That is all being taught for the academic sake, for mark's sake, for examination point of view. That is all not needed. Even in Tamil grammar, if you see, there are so many other things. About 90% of the grammar in Tamil, we don't follow. ஈறுகட்டை எதிர்மறை அச்சம்ங்கிறாங்க. யாருக்கு என்ன தெரியும்? Unless someone is a Tamil pandit or a Tamil scholar. ஏன்னா நம்ம பேசும்போது லிசனருக்கும் அது புரியணும். இல்லைன்னா the very communication is of no use. நமக்கு மட்டும் நல்லா தெரிஞ்சதை பேசிட்டு இருந்து நம்ம யாருக்கிட்ட பேசுறோமோ அவங்களுக்கு அது புரியலன்னா what is the use? இல்லையா? அதனால இந்த மாதிரி இங்கிலீஷ்லயும் நிறைய இருக்கு. மெயின் கிளாஸ், சப் கிளாஸ், சபார்டினேட் கிளாஸ். Who wants all that? Right? So, in a very, very simplified way, one can learn the English. I tell you, I know Tamil, I know English, I studied French. Of all the three, I also heard of Hindi. Of all the four, English is the most simplest language. Comparing with Tamil, it is a minuscule, but people get scared because it is a foreign language. They can easily master it. The unwanted areas can be removed. I tell you, if someone could concentrate for about 10 minutes a day, in 100 days, they can be able to speak. The purpose is not to make them a doyen in English, a pandit in English. No. If he can able to speak grammatically correct English, or if he can able to understand when someone speaks to him, the most important, if he can able to write a letter, a leave letter, or an appealing letter, or he can able to fill a form, that's enough. What more is needed? To that is why I named it a smart English course. Why? Because only the focused area has to be concentrated. What is really needed? See, there are about 180,000 words or so are there in dictionary. Out of that, only 40,000 are being really used in day-to-day life. Out of the 40, already 25 is known to us. What I say, you, I, we, your, these are all already known. Only 50,000 words have to be understood. So it can easily be done for anyone. I challenge that. And vouch for also. Yes.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir, for sharing that. Thank you very much. So there is a session called a Smart Spoken English session, which sir conducts. If anyone is interested, they could just connect with sir.
1 minute. There is no commerce in it.
Oh, how
It is
sweet.
not for money. It is not for money at all.
How sweet. That's really nice. That I think then they should definitely connect with you. It's always good to learn a new language. Mr. Balacander, sir, we'd love to know about your stint with the NCC zone. I mean, you've even had a wonderful time being an NCC cadet. In various fields, you were very, very proficient, and you did your job very well. Did somebody ask you to join the NCC? Was it of your own interest, or any sir or teacher, made you understand the importance of joining the NCC? Because you get to learn a lot in that zone, and you are disciplined there in the right way. Over to you, sir.
Yeah. As I told you, I had, sorry.
You have some water.
No problem. I had a great fascination towards uniform service, I told. So I was, even at only in 8th standard, they admit in NCC. From 7th standard itself, I had developed a great fascination towards it. I wanted to join in Scout, and somehow they selected only few people. I could not get selected. Neither there was cooperation from my parents also. In NCC, when I joined, the NCC officer, I remember late Mr. Savarimuthu, he did not admit me because I was short, I was stout. He said physically I was unfit for NCC. Then I pointed out another person. I said, sir, you have admitted that person. He is also short like me. Then he asked me, say, but he is not stout like you. And I said, sir, I am stout, but I have good stamina, I said. Then he posed a question saying that, okay, if you both run, can you win? I said confidently, yes, I can definitely win. Looking into my confidence, he admitted me into NCC. That's how I joined in NCC. Later, I became very indispensable for him in NCC as long as I was there. And there are 2 certificates in the junior division, Part A1, Part A2. I have completed both of them. Totally, I have attended 16 camps. Hardly any NCC cadet would have attended so much of camps. Even when I was off NCC, also I attended the camp to help the NCC officer. As I said, kit layout was my cup of tea. And then I became senior division. When I went to college, I became senior division. In the school NCC, I became the best marksman. Marksman in the sense, best in shooting competition. There are 2 types of shooting competitions out there. One is group shooting, another one is snap shooting. I was known for both. And every day special training was given to me and a few more people like me. There were a team of about 4 people. I was the main core player of that 4 team. So when I joined in college NCC, in the college there are Navy and Army, both the wings are there. The people of both the wings know me because I was very popular in NCC, even in a junior division. They were started canvassing directly or indirectly, compelling me to join in Army wing or in Navy wing. Because whichever wing I joined, that wing would win the shooting competition. That was known to them. Finally, I joined in Army. And during my PUC, that is pre-university of college, I completed my B certificate. And I could not pursue, I did not pursue my graduation there. Meanwhile, I got seat in B Pharmacy. So I came here. Here I joined in NCC. Here I became senior under officer, which is again very rare because in our class, there are about 200 students, 175 MBBS, 25 B Pharm. So you see the ratio, what is the proportion? So a pharmacy graduate becoming senior under officer was little rare. There is a predecessor, my senior in B Pharm, one Mr. Selvaraj has already become a senior under officer. Subsequently, I became senior under officer. There I completed my C certificate. So all the 4 certificates in NCC I have completed. C certificate, in fact, I have passed in first class. C certificates normally being signed by President of India. It's very difficult to pass also. In
Yes.
Madurai, I became best in bayonet fighting also. You understand what bayonet fighting?
No, sir, I have not.
Bayonet is a sword fixed at the tip of the rifle. So you could have seen the police people where they do the security job, a knife will be there. Yeah, there are three types. One is a small one is called a nail bayonet. Little bigger one is knife bayonet. Only these two normally people could see among the police, but in army they use a sword bayonet, which is about 1 feet 2 inches in length. So a sort of fighting training is there with the help of using the bayonet. So I was selected as the best bayonet fighter of the group in senior division. So as I told you, the role English played in my life, NCC played a major role in life. And I still remember the words of one of the NCC officers, Mr. Sadasivam, said, a cadet should be mentally alert, morally correct, and physically fit. That I would tell to all the medical representatives. They should be physically fit, mentally alert, and morally correct.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much for sharing all of that. It's really very interesting to have heard that with regard to the NCC part, especially with regard to that bayonet, as you've mentioned. I didn't know anything of it, and thanks for enlightening me on that as well. And our audience will agree with what I've shared. Many of us would have been unaware of what it really meant. So now if people would love to connect with you, if anyone out there would love to connect with you and avail your services uh, with regard to Pharmascon, because you're the CEO and a consultant as well. So how do they connect with you? Is it offline or online? What are the timings, any specific timings?
No, I can give my email and mobile number. They can make an initiate the talk over through that. Then according to the requirement, they can fix and decide about it. Mostly now in the digital world, there is no need to directly meet in person. And nowadays, that's how it's going on. People speak to me over phone, brief me their requirement, and they give the input through email. Then I work out, send to them. They ask for the doubts, I clarify. It goes like that. So my phone number and email can be shared. They can contact me at any time. If they contact me, if I could not respond at that time, subsequently I would always react and respond to it.
So before we sum up the session, we have a request. We'd love you to give a word of caution, a word of advice, or if not advice, we could just put it in this way, a suggestion or a wonderful message for all of us. What is the message from Mr. B. Balacander to the entire world? Over to you. What is the takeaway message?
Well, nothing big. I would tell one thing, which one of my senior told me when I started my career as a medical representative. The same thing I am repeating. Do not work hard. I repeat, do not work hard. This may sound funny, but I mean it. Do not work hard. In the sense, do not have a irregular hard work. Instead, have a regular simple work. Most of us are tuned for irregular hard work and not for regular simple work. Take an anecdote. When exam comes, 1 month before the exam, all 20 hours of the 24 hours they study. The rest of the 11 months, they don't do anything. What I say, all 365 days, just about 30 minutes every day, you can master anything. That is what is required nowadays. Very, 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 very simple thing. தமிழ்ல சொல்லுவாங்க, சித்திரமும் கைப்பழக்கும், செந்தமிழும் நாப்பழக்கும். தட்ட தட்ட தட்டானாவான், கொட்ட கொட்ட குலைவியாகும். So anything which you do regularly would really pay the dividend. When you want to do something regularly, it has to be simple. If it is difficult, we can't do regularly. So simplify the issue in such a way that you can regularly do it. So regular simple work is more warranted, more wanted, more rewarding than irregular hard work. That could be my take-home message.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for obliging to share that wonderful message with us. Thank you for obliging to share your time. Thank you very much. Stay connected and stay blessed. We love people to learn from you all the tips and all the techniques that you've already gained through all these years of experience, 4 decades of experience you have with you. We'd love all the youngsters to come forward and to avail all of this from you by collaborating, by talking, and spending time with the right kind of professionals is really a gift, and you have to really avail this. And this episode is for you, my dear friends. If you'd love to be great professionals, do connect with the right kind of people. You will really survive and be very thankful to the people who have really helped you.
For everyone concerned. Thank God for everyone's goodness.
How sweet. Thank you so much, sir. We have to thank you for being really kind and supportive right to the entire conversation. Thank you for your patience. We look forward to the next conversation with you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Really be very useful for the youngsters to understand the real importance of how things should go forward if they're ever stuck in their professional zone, how they should make it easier for themselves and for the people around them. Experience matters a lot, my dear friends. You don't get everything in books. It is if you meet people who are experienced in their field. As for example, Mr. B. Balacander is experienced with his work that is connected with the pharmaceutical industry and with sales and marketing, etc., concerned with pharma products and surgical products. If you have any of the requirements for yourself, you can connect with sir. Share this video with the right kind of people. And of course, if you like what the International Fab Talk team is doing, stay connected with us. Like, comment, subscribe, and share to the International Fab Talks. We promise to bring many more professionals to share their expertise with us, just like Mr. B. Balachander has done his work today for us. He's spent his time with us, sharing his expertise and how he could help you out on your journey. With this, we'd like to say, stay blessed. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Very kind of you.
Welcome, sir.